God is so close to us. We all come here for about 5 minutes in the eyes of eternity, if we get to live to be 90. And if we're over 40 at the time of listening to this message, we only have but a few breaths left on this planet. Okay, I decided to take you out in a park, show you how to get on the frequency of God by connecting to a tree first. This is just a spiritual exercise. I'll put a camera attached to my head, so a special holder so you could see everything that I'm seeing, exactly what I'm seeing. Wherever I turn, this is where you're gonna see what I'm doing. So the idea is very simple. In order to be able to control your health, your environment around you, for example, if you wanted to move your hand, raise your hand and create some wind, which I will show you how to do that in just a second, hurricane strong wind. You have to make sure that nobody's around so you can focus. You turn around like this and you look at the tree, you put your hand on the tree to kind of meditate, to basically get on the frequency of the tree first. This will help you focus on the frequency of God, to connect with Mother Nature and to affect basically to manifest a connection with Mother Nature through the leaves moving. And again, I'll show you how to create strong wind and also, but just moving your right hand. You see, when you start moving your right hand, the wind starts to move, and then you sort of magnify the movement. And then I'm gonna take you to, there is a pond over there, and I'll show you how to walk on water. This is my next step, if I can make it today before it gets dark. That will take a little bit more concentration than this, but this exercise is rather simple. So you make sure you're not distracted by anyone. You focus on the tree. You mentally, you just stand there. I'm gonna contract this whole process for you, but normally you spend a good half hour or an hour, however long it takes, until you establish a solid connection with the tree, with Mother Nature. The fact that it's so beautiful, it gives us oxygen. It's very beautiful, and obviously it cannot send you an email, but it communicates. So you have to get on that frequency of the tree first, because it's right here, before you get on the frequency of God. And then what you do is, after you connect with the tree, and after you are able to connect to God, to the frequency of God, which I will help you, you focus and you concentrate on the wind kind of a formation, and you kind of spiral it. You see how it begins to form, and I'll show you here in just a second how the wind begins to form as I move my hand, and it becomes this hurricane strength wind. You understand? It gets stronger and stronger. You don't want to get it up to more than 30 miles an hour, because it becomes a problem. You have to lower your hand, the wind will die down. But the first step is to connect to the tree, then the second step is to connect to the frequency of God and become one with Mother Nature. And only then you are able to affect the tree, affect nature, walk on water, raise the dead, or people from the dead who passed away. And then you just basically, you move your hand and you are connecting to God, unless you become distracted by some some people driving by is quite distracting. You don't want anybody to be distracting you. See, that's not good. But nonetheless, I will show you here how to concentrate and focus, so you could sort of move Mother Nature, create this wind as basically you play with Mother Nature, you become one, and you sort of create, this is 30-mile-an-hour wind. I wouldn't go over that, because at least at first until you become more comfortable, because this is how sometimes the wind gets carried away from you, and then you have to flee the area if you're not careful. Okay, so anyway, you just play with Mother Nature. You know, you kind of connect with the tree. It's very beautiful, and it will connect with you as long as you sort of feel its vibrations, feel its frequency. And then as you are able to connect to the tree, you see you're obviously affecting the winds and everything else around you. What you do is you connect to from the tree, right? So you're sending the energy from the tree. You see you moving the wind. You're moving the wind. You transition to the body of water, and you begin to walk on water. And again, that part is a little bit more complex and tricky. But by just sort of being one with nature, being one with water, it's not your enemy, it's your friend. That's when you're able to transition, which I'll show you here in just a little bit. As long as there's nobody there, we don't want to scare anybody. Remember, you cannot have any people around you. It's not going to work. If you have people around you, it will ruin your exercise, ruin your meditation. But you see, you connect with the tree, and you sort of move it with your energy. You move it, you just kind of, this is just merely a connection. You're just simply playing with it. You're not demonstrating your power over nature. God is working through you, essentially. This is, we were meant to do this. We were meant to, remember, Jesus walked on water, and then he told Peter, come, and Peter walked on water, because he sort of instinctively understood how that works. But anyway, this is how you sort of, connect with Mother Nature, become its friend, and then you begin, I will show you in a second, and you start walking on water. It's not very complicated. The most difficult part is to raise people from the dead. This is where I will have to spend some time in prayer and meditation, and only then, on fasting is very important. Only then, it's if you have enough faith, then you might be able to do that. But this is very simple. You simply connect with the tree, you play with its energy, you become one. I'm simply one with the tree and the wind. You see, I'm gonna sort of create this beautiful, coherent, symbiotic kind of a connection here. I'm one with the tree and with the wind. You see, I'm playing with it. I'm not hurting it. You don't want to go over 30 miles an hour. It's violent. 40, 50 miles an hour winds. It's going to be for show. Don't do that. I wouldn't recommend it. But walking on water, make sure nobody's around. And this is how you do it. This is a simple exercise, mostly to meditate, become one with nature, with the tree, then with God. It's called getting on the frequency of God, and then sort of connecting. See, I'm sending my energy. I'm just simply demonstrating that there's energy flowing around between me and the tree. You understand? This is how it works. And when you begin to walk on water, I'm going to show you how to go step by step. When you begin to walk on water, obviously, you have to understand, when you make your first step, do it in shallow water. Never sort of try to be brave and step out. You might probably not be successful in your first attempt. But anyway, you just connect with the tree, 30 miles an hour wind, not more than that, 30, 35 miles an hour wind. Just play with Mother Nature. Play with Mother Nature. You're one. You're one. Remember, don't remove the left hand, and just connect with your right hand. Connect with your right hand. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. So this is it. This is it. This is how you do it. And make sure there's nobody around, so you're not going to be distracted. Connect to the tree for half an hour and an hour. Create this sort of a wind tunnel in front of you, and it will be so. It will be very beautiful. And then if there is a lake or a pond near you, just make your first step in in shallow water, which I'm going to show you how to do. But just meditate, just become one with Mother Nature, become one with the foliage, with the leaves. You know, it's very beautiful, very beautiful. And just sort of connect with the totality of Mother Nature. It's the tree, the wind, the air. Inhale. You have to do this. It's very beautiful. You're doing it for the sake of connecting to Mother Nature, not for showing off. When you're gonna be mastering walking on water, make sure there's nobody around, and I'll show you how to make your first step. Then we're gonna transition to raising people from the dead. That involves your friend, your personal friend or family member. So it's beautiful just to be connecting with Mother Nature. You know, it's so beautiful. It's just, you have no idea. It's so beautiful. It's just, it follows your kind of it follows your movement. It follows your energy, and you just gently play with it. Remember, don't exceed 35 mile-an-hour wind, because that's going into negative energy. You're just playing with it. You see, yeah, just playing with it, and it's responding to me, to my presence. The water is a little bit more complicated than this. The water, I'll show you exactly how to make your first step. When you make your first step, it has to be rock solid. So you have to have some faith that by stepping on water, it's going to hold your weight. You understand? Don't just start walking. You make your first step. Make sure you have enough faith that your weight will be supported, and that will be your first step. And then we'll transition how to make your first prayer over people who are dead. But anyway, so this is so beautiful. You have no idea. So beautiful. Just being able to connect with Mother Nature, with this beautiful tree, and just to be here and inhale. Just inhale, you pause, and then slowly exhale like this. And so on and so forth. So just